can't leave yet because looks like we're going to be here a bit. So you said your name was Cal Method. And you've been racing since 1964. I want the camera to look at the face of this guy. Put your glasses off. Does this guy look like he's 80 years old? Did you say 80?
79. I'll be 79. I'll be 80 in December.
December. Okay, but still. Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
So, you know, these guys, I met your stepdaughter, Kathy, and your stepson, Todd, the other night with these guys.
Yeah.
And so we started talking a little bit, and they said we should talk to you. But everybody's so busy here, it's really not a good time to talk anymore.
Yeah.
But you know what? We got a minute now, so let's just do it, right? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
I wish your wife was here, though, and your stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I did was I went and Googled your name, and I seen everything, but then I found a podcast that you did, and I thought, man, somebody already interviewed him.
Oh yeah.
I started listening to it. Well, it's Mike Delahanty. Well, I've known Mike Delahanty since, I don't know, he used to do numbers for me in the early 90s. In the early 90s.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was a director of motorsports at Chrysler.
No, I didn't.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, when they won the NASCAR championship, not sure what year that was, but he was head of Chrysler at that time in motorsports. And then they closed their motorsports thing and he retired. He ended up coming to Ford for a little bit under contract and helped out. But anyway, he's interviewing you and he's really good.
Yeah,
you know.
I really enjoyed that one because I done one for Brian and Bobby. And Brian interviewed me. And
okay.
It was good.
Well, but what I picked up on it was, and I'm going to get with somebody else to learn this one, but you could tell us too, but we don't have the time now. But what I really picked up out of that was the changes in the NHRA from the 60s,
My Lord, yeah.
right, through the 60s, through the 70s,
Oh yeah,
right?
major.
I mean, I didn't start driving until 72, so I couldn't even think about NHRA. I'd be lucky to go to Detroit Dragway with a bracket car,
Sure.
you know, in those early days.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but for you, I heard what you were saying, that the word you used was obsessed.
Oh,
you remember
God.
that?
Oh yeah, back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, up until 1984,
Yeah.
I used to drive my wife nuts because I could tell you every pass I made down the corner and what I ran, where it was at, and everything. And then in 1984, my job changed at work, and then I got a lot more responsibility, and I kind of started losing the drag racing. But before that, I could remember everything.
Right. Well, it sounded like you remembered everything. I mean, what I picked out of it was, I guess back then, and forgive me, people, I didn't follow NHRA back then to know, but you got points for the record.
Oh,
You got points for the mile per hour.
Oh yeah.
And you made sure you got all that.
Every
and
race.
then,
Every race.
And then you would change cars.
Oh yeah, change
Just to
bodies.
get the record.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's crazy.
I pound one till it got too hard.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. So then I changed bodies and do that. That was just the way it was back
Yeah,
then.
Bobby Warren used to do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bobby
yeah.
Warren did
He had
that.
a bunch of cars out
Oh,
back.
yeah.
And
Just to get those points?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there
Well,
was one
I
year.
didn't realize that,
One
you know.
year it was 200 points for each end of the record.
Okay.
And you could set mile an hour without setting the ET and
Yeah.
vice versa. It was, that was a good time when you could outthink and outwork people.
But the other thing that stuck in my head was you were living in Kennewick,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And you had no problem going to Pomona, no problem going to these races here in California. Now, I've only driven this a little bit. And it's a little hairy for me. I know I'm out of Michigan. It's pretty flat out that way.
Oh, yeah.
But these roads out here today with good trucks can get hairy.
Oh yeah.
So you're driving a ramp truck.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about your ramp truck.
All right, we got our first ramp truck in 1971, I think 70 or 71, and I built it, and then we towed with that, and then a trailer on behind it for.
So what'd you have for an engine and trans in that ramp truck? Just
Oh,
back
varied
Yeah.
quite a bit. I had mostly 427s and 454s.
The tall
I had
deck,
an
the tall deck
Oldsmobile
427.
455 in one.
Yeah,
time.
what'd you say?
455 Oldsmobile.
Really?
One ramp truck. Yeah, because I had three or four ramp trucks. As we didn't go, our last ramp truck that we sold was about 1998 or so.
Wow.
But
So people
we
already, by that time, people already got big motor homes and stacked
Yeah.
trailers.
well, we couldn't really afford that.
Right.
We were coming from home down to here, or Arizona, and middle of the winter, coming to the Winter Nationals. We was going to run Arizona first.
Right.
And we got outside of Wells, Nevada, and I had worked, and we were driving all night, and I couldn't drive anymore. And I told Mary, you got to drive. And there was 6 foot of snow on each side of the road and about that much ice on the road. And we got about 20 miles out of Wells, and she went to sleep. And I come out of the sleeper, and there was snow flying over the windshield of the tramp truck. I grabbed the wheel and just guessed the road was over there, and we spun around in the road. And after we did that, we luckily didn't hurt anything too bad. After we did that, we got down here and we said, we're buying a motorhome.
Okay.
We're gonna stop when we're tired.
Okay. Well, that's a good idea. I'm glad. But I mean, even on that podcast, you said something about you really wanted to race at Gainesville.
Well, I got runner-up at Pomona.
Okay.
And so I started the year, on a high.
So you were ready to go to go to Gainesville.
Yeah, and I didn't decide till Sunday. And
called your boss.
I couldn't get my boss on the phone, so I waited 20 minutes till 8 Monday morning.
When you were supposed to be at work at 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, I said, we ain't that busy, go ahead. So I got in the ramp truck, and I never shut it off till I got to Gainesville.
Unbelievable.
I'd pull in, gas it up, go, and boy, from Atlanta down, it's a miracle I didn't kill myself.
Oh my
Boy,
God.
I'll tell you, it was hairy.
Well, this is great. I'd really like to get with Mary Ann and you maybe a little later. So we're gonna try and do that, but we got to go up and make a run right now.
Yeah.
So
we're busy.
thank you so much. I'm
I'm
so glad to meet you.
Jimmy.
So glad to meet you.
Good to meet you.
All right. Take care.